Hello, everyone. Sorry to keep you all waiting. We were just getting a last bit of things set up and whatnot. Um, but yes, hello, everyone. I am Dark8a, joined by,
Kingthefirst, hello.
and welcome to another episode of the Life Strats podcast. Where today we are going to be talking about tabletop RPGs, board games, card games, all of that good stuff, mainly with a focus of why are they so expensive?
Mm.
An answer that we don't have for you, it's just we like talking about random things that we like. So, and actually, for today, King, we actually
Yep.
have a sponsor for the day.
Oh, who is it?
It's myself at Legend Gamers on Instagram. For all your gaming memes and gaming news coming soon. So, if you could please go ahead and give us a follow. I'll go ahead and put a link to it down in the description, or it's just Legend Gamers. You can search that up. We should be the first page or not. But you just have to look for this guy right here, and you'll find him. But yeah, thank you for myself for the sponsoring of this podcast. I thank myself very greatly.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course. So, with all seriousness, let's go ahead and jump into the podcast. So, as per usual,
Yep.
how you been, man?
Okay.
That doesn't sound okay.
I really need this computer to get finished. Like that's the main goal.
But
Because
you don't have money.
this not yet, but this computer that I'm currently on is just absolute garbage. And you said you were gonna help me throw it into the sun, so that's what we're gonna do when I get my new computer.
Oh, dude, I'm so down. As long as we do the social distancing thing.
Yep. We're gonna. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put it into the catapult. Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna back up. You're going to launch you're gonna light it on fire,
Okay.
and then it's up to you if you want to launch it or not. But you're
No.
gonna light it on.
I'll give you the liberty of doing that.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was talking to my mom. I bought the wrong motherboard.
Ooh.
Yeah, it didn't fit. Like it doesn't work with the processor that I got, so I have to get a new one. But my mom's like, "Why don't you just return it?" And I'm like, "Cause they have a 30-day return policy, and I'm already past the 30 days." And she's like, "Then
Ooh.
just sell it on Amazon." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna keep it and slowly build a computer for the kids downstairs because I'm not giving them this because they want to play games, and there's no way that you can do anything on this."
That's very kind of you.
Yeah, I'm a nice person sometimes.
Sometimes.
Anyways,
Cool. So, I mean, we're running into already the topic, which is money struggles, and I'm sure half of that is because you've spent a good chunk of money on Magic the Gathering cards that you don't necessarily need, but you have.
don't call me out like that, man.
It's my
I
specialty.
totally have not spent over like what I would assume to
Is
be like
$500?
$5,000 or $6,000 on Magic cards
$1,000?
over the course of like 10 years,
$1,000?
probably something like that. Like, are you just talking about cards? Or are you also talking about like other stuff?
As
Because
in,
like I'm including sleeves, posters.
Oh no, yeah, I need to include that. I mean, you can't.
Okay, then yeah, like
Okay.
well, maybe like a little less than that. Maybe around like 2,500.
Okay.
I'd want to say.
That's still bad.
It is really bad, but over the course of 10 years, like
Yeah. Yeah.
that's like nothing.
Which is good. But
Hold on.
oh, we're holding today, people. And well, he's muted, and no camera. I will continue to sort of speak. So essentially, today we're going to be tackling the issue of partially me wanting to get into Warhammer 40k and my cousin wanting to get me into Warhammer 40k, and that's just too much of an expensive hobby that one, I think I would not enjoy because of all the work that you have to put into it, but it's something I do want to try out to see how it feels like. But then, it's expensive as heck.
You're not wrong.
I know. Um, we have a few prices here and there, in terms of money, and I am not quite happy with the information provided here today, if I'm being completely honest.
So yeah, why don't we just start with the prices and then we'll get into the question of why is it so expensive?
That's fine. I feel like let's start with Warhammer because I don't think it's as shocking as the Magic the Gathering is. So we did a bit of research on our own in terms of like pricing for things and whatnot, and I found that for an army, like a standard army, which is in Warhammer, you play to 2,000 points, and you sort of build an army around that. You usually spend around $815 for that.
It's not too bad.
It isn't. That's that's only including the figurines, if I'm not mistaken.
Only the figurines.
Which you still have
That's
to
all you need.
paint and do all that.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
all you. Well, that's all you need. You don't really need to. You don't really need to do anything else with it.
Yeah,
You don't need to paint your figurines.
Most people just do, and I'm like, okay.
I've always wanted to get into it, and I never have. It's funny because the like average standard deck, 75 cards, only comes normally like the average one, not like the top tier decks or whatever. They normally run around like $150 to like $250.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. But like the top tier decks, like really refined, like the ones that people take to tournaments and everything, those ones run more like $1,000.
Oh, okay.
I've seen.
Since we've hit the 1,000 mark, there's a model that's like that you will buy if you really want it, and it cost $1,705, and that's the Taumata. I am probably butchering the living hell out of that.
Yep.
But yeah, it's only 1,705. And then I read, but like that's a single model. That's not including like bundles and whatnot. So that's like the single model that I found that is the most expensive. And I don't think if I get into it, I'm probably going to like spend over like $600, if I'm being honest with you, simply because I'm not gonna go like all out. But I might if I like it. So now that I've gone with the most expensive model, how about you tell me the most expensive card?
Oh, that is one, the most expensive card, and two, the what do you call it? The most like exclusive card, I guess. Yeah, Black Lotus. It runs around 28,000 to like 35,000 and up, just for one card. But it has to be in like really mint condition, and then it's authenticated and all that stuff, and it's put in like a protective cover and everything. But like, yeah, it's the price of a new car.
A lot of people could pay off their student loans with it.
You're right. You are right. The most expensive planeswalker in Magic the Gathering right now is still Jace the Mind Sculptor at $92.
How? What? That doesn't. What? So, can you explain to me why Black Lotus is this like extremely...
So it's a Yeah, so it was a part of the first set of Magic for one, so it's super rare.
It's ancient.
Two, it's a 0 drop artifact that taps. You sacrifice it for 3 mana, so you don't even spend any mana, and you get 3 mana for it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm
Interesting. It was made before Magic switched to Wizard of the Coast. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a 0 drop artifact. You tap and sacrifice Black Lotus, and you add 3 mana of any one color to your mana pool.
Wow.
So,
Wow. And
yeah.
it's like you have to sacrifice it.
Yeah, so it's plus 3 mana. You don't spend anything, you just get 3 extra mana for it. So you put it out and then immediately destroy it to get 3 mana. Yeah, it's horrible. It's banned in almost everything.
Yep.
I think except for Vintage. I think.
Wow. Okay. That's a little bit excessive. In terms of pricing, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I mean, yeah, people sell that card for crazy amounts. Uh, People just sell Magic cards for crazy amounts.
Yeah. People sell anything for crazy amounts. Someone's gonna be willing to buy it. Someone will.
I'll sell this computer for like $20.
Bro, light off you for 10.
What's stupid is I thought that I was able to plug in a second monitor to this computer,
It doesn't have an
and
HDMI
and
out.
it doesn't. Everything is HDMI in. I had to look it up, and I'm like, what the hell? I just want a second monitor.
Yeah, all-in-ones are not the greatest, even though people say they are the best.
Yeah, what's funny is when I got this computer, it's like gaming ready, and I was like, sweet.
You
And
were lied
then
to.
lied to. I played Minecraft for 45 minutes, and then my computer died.
Happens, man. It really does.
Anyways, expensives.
Yeah.
Expenses.
Would you be willing to spend? Oh, cool podcast. Cool. So, would you be willing to spend crazy amounts of money to build a singular deck?
Yes.
How much money
Come on,
would
is
you
that
be
even a
willing
question?
yes, it is, because I want to know how
Um,
much damn money you would spend.
so here's the thing. I play Magic the Gathering with some people that I've met online, and I'm a part of their Discord server and everything. We use this service called Untap, and you can make decks for free because they have all the cards in the history of Magic in it.
Mhm.
And so I have a variety of decks ranging from like $20 to like 5,000, just because of the cards that have been put in there.
Yeah.
The decks that I have on here right now, I have uh, one deck that's worth $68
Mm-hmm.
ish, and then my most expensive deck is 2,100.
That's not bad, but that's bad.
It is bad. I have spent all at once on Magic cards. I spent 250. That was including like sleeves and deck boxes
Okay.
because I bought the 2019 Commander set.
Oh, okay.
So it was four decks, 100 cards each, and then I had to buy sleeves for all of them and deck boxes for all of them.
That's not bad, but
No,
still,
I spent a lot of money.
I don't know. Like, I guess when it comes down to things like this, because like, not only like that hurt, I popped my, like, anyways, so when it comes down to anything form of like tabletop role playing game or card game and whatnot, usually you're gonna spend a hefty amount of money because, like, in terms of Warhammer, I haven't even included the books,
Yeah.
and those things are expensive. They're sort of like Dungeons and Dragons books.
Yeah, those are expensive too.
Um, yeah, anywhere from $40 to $60 to start off with
Right.
each book.
Whoa. Now the real question is it worth it? Because I look at this, I'm never gonna buy this $2,100 deck ever. Never gonna buy it, no matter how much I want it, because it's not worth it.
Why isn't it worth it?
It's 100 cards for one. Two, it's $2,100, and three, the amount of times that I actually play Magic on like
In
like
person?
card Magic in person is very little. So I'd be spending $2,100
For nothing.
for for basically nothing. Whereas on here, like it doesn't matter. It's just there.
I mean, you can flex on people.
Oh, I can flex on people.
Yeah, say, I spent $2,100 on a Magic deck.
Yeah, and then they'll be like, "Why did you make that financial decision?" Now I'll be like, "Cause I was a stupid kid." All right.
Amen.
But it's different when I'm trying to decide on whether or not I should buy another video game or buy a D&D book.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Since they're both basically the same price, like a brand new video game and a D&D book are basically the same price. It just depends on which one I'm going to use more. If I'm just going to play that video game to completion and then never touch it again, then I might as well just buy a D&D book.
Mm-hmm. I can see the logic behind that. But, like, let's go ahead and try to tackle the question of the day, which is like, why is this damn thing so expensive?
Question.
Like, in terms of like Warhammer and whatnot, like if you want to play that, you can't just play on any table.
Yeah.
You need a specific sized table.
Yep.
And those things are expensive as hell. I'd
Yep.
rather make one myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I have thought about doing that multiple times. Not for Warhammer, for like D&D, but
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, if you're down, I'm down. What?
Get out of that table.
We'll see. I have all the tools. We just need to buy. Oh, focus. Cool. We just need to buy the things. Anyways, but no, yeah, like you have to look at like for Warhammer table, miniatures, all the tools that you're gonna use, the paints and whatnot. It just it's a hefty amount, and that's like $800 for a single army. One. There are people who have multiple armies out there.
Yep.
You know? So, like, I guess, like, I haven't gotten into Warhammer or Magic the Gathering all too much, so I don't think I can share the passion of wanting to, like, drop X amount of money on something. But, like, do you think it's passion that sort of drives these people to this point? Of just paying ridiculous amounts?
I think that's part of it, but I don't think that's the entirety of it.
Then what do you
Because
think
like,
it could be?
because like, I know a lot of people that would spend like, $1,000 or even $2,100 on a single deck, so that way they can go and win a tournament that has a prize pool that's more than that,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be what drives those people. And I'll say, for a while that was me too,
Mm-hmm.
until I one couldn't keep up with the amount of money that was required for it, and two just didn't have time.
Yeah.
Which I think is that's the biggest thing, at least when it comes with Magic the Gathering and probably even Warhammer, is I just don't have time
Yeah.
because I'm always doing something. And at the time when I was really into that, I was working, and I was working on the days when they were holding tournaments, and so I could never get those days off. So I just didn't have the time to go to the tournaments and see what I could do.
Yeah.
Now I do, but nothing's open.
When it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah, yeah. So I just didn't have time. I also didn't have the resources to get me to those places. So for me, on top of having to keep up with the changing prices of all the magic stuff, I also had to get myself to those places, and that cost money that I didn't have either.
I see. Well, I can see what you're talking about. Time and money definitely have to go into this, like, a lot. But I don't. One of the things that I don't understand is that these, in my opinion, like these prices and like all of these standards, um, I feel like it's very difficult for new players to sort of come in and get into it. Unlike, you know, um, Dungeons and Dragons, where like you only really need one book and that's like $60, and then from there it's just like, all right, do the rest.
Yeah, yeah. With Dungeons and Dragons, you buy one book. There's online dice rollers that most of the time suck, but will work. And as long as you have a printer, or you can even use online stuff, you can fill out a character sheet by yourself. So you're paying $60 to start playing.
Yeah,
Uh, Magic has, they don't really help too much, but Magic has
beginner
a lot of
decks.
the yeah, a lot of the LGSs have decks that they'll hand out to new players,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like 30, 45 cards in the deck. It comes with the stuff that's needed to learn how to play. It
Mm-hmm.
comes with the like turn progression. It's like a card that just has the turn progression,
Yeah.
and it comes with like a separate card that also tells you uh, what each card looks like. And most of them are very simple. Like they contain a couple instants, a couple sorceries,
Mm-hmm.
mostly monsters, and then the lands that you need.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I guess it's very difficult to sort of get into it because it's just like it's menacing. One, it's a
It
lot of
is.
money,
It's
and
scary.
not only that, but like the competitive scene. If you look at it, like these people like emit just some terrible vibes. Just like
It's it's almost like how you described League of Legends.
yeah,
That's how the tournaments of Magic seem. Um, like the big scale tournaments, like tournaments
local
at
shops
like
and
game stores and
whatnot.
all that.
Yeah,
They're not as bad. They're really beginner friendly.
yeah,
I've been to a couple pre releases where I had like no idea what I was doing because I suck at pre releases. But the guys that I was playing against, they would like stop after they beat me, and they'd be like, "All right, let me see your deck. Let me see what I can do to like
help.
help you out." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool." So, but it's like the big competitive scenes, like the Magic the Gathering tournaments that will, you'll win like $10,000 if you beat it, if you get first place.
Yeah, but those like
I mean,
we live in a city where things aren't too bad. Like things are bad, don't get me wrong, but they're not too bad if you compare it to other places.
yeah.
And like
So
it's just, for example, me going into Warhammer. First of all, like just the complete um just like the complete idea of me spending upwards of like $700 is one, not a comforting idea.
yeah,
Uh, two, not necessarily realistic.
hmm
And three, um, I don't even know how to play, and you want me to commit to making something like that type of thing?
Yeah.
Because like my cousin, he wants to sort of get me into it, right?
Mhm.
And he said, "Yeah, let's build an army, and then I can teach you how to play." And I'm like, "Wait, shouldn't I learn how to play before I make an army?" And he's like, "Nah, you'll be
Probably.
fine." I'm like, "What?"
I yeah.
But then there is this amazing tool known as Tabletop Simulator. And I want to get that because you can actually set up like a Warhammer game in it. And like you actually make an army and all of these things. And you know, that's me. That's right now it's on sale for $10. It's usually 20. So like spending $10 as opposed to $800 to learn how to play a game.
That that sounds a lot better. I don't know about you.
It does sound a lot better, but like my cousin has sort of like shot me down on that simply because it wouldn't be the right way of learning how to play. I wouldn't get the full experience.
Okay.
The logic in that
Well,
is interesting.
again, that is interesting. Not technically correct, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Not spend $800. That's what I'm gonna do. Ah.
I spelled simulator.
What's up?
So I spelled simulator wrong.
Oh, wow. I mean, not only that, but I like as I was doing research, I saw like a comment of like the reason why they call it Warhammer 40K is because it takes $40,000 to make to play this game,
Yeah.
and I was like, ah, okay. And like,
Yes.
while that
Got it.
statement isn't completely true, I'm pretty sure numbers can get up to that point if I decide to
Probably.
like make 5 armies or something that are just like extreme.
Yep. I mean, what are you gonna do? But it happens.
Yeah. You
So
know,
yeah, but things just are expensive.
yes, they are, and I want to know who the hell said that these things could get this expensive.
I don't think it's really. I don't think you can really blame the people who made these games. At least, like, I can't blame Magic. I can't blame Wizards of the Coast
Mm-hmm.
for making Magic so expensive because it's not their fault. They make everything pretty affordable. Like for the most part, each new commander deck that comes out, each one's like 45, $50 for
Yeah.
100 cards, which is relatively very good.
Mm-hmm.
And at least lately, the return on that. So if you were to buy one and then just sell all the cards, the return is like an extra $10 in your pocket at the very lowest point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I blame people who want those cards and they're willing to buy it for whatever. So like Black Lotus, people want that card, and so they're willing to buy it for $4,900 or $49,000.
Yeah.
So Warhammer, on the other hand, they sell full sets for like $80 or something like that. Would you
Yeah,
say like 100?
I've seen like a few bundles of like 5 to 10. Like it really depends what you're sort of looking for, but like it can go anywhere from like 15 to like $50.
Yeah, and I would say that the reason why it's priced like that and they're trying to make it as affordable as they can is because of the type of material that they're using
Yeah.
for the figures. And the actual bundles, as far as I know, I could be completely wrong, but the actual bundles, the like full army sets, they come with the like tools you need to open them up, the glue and all that stuff.
I've not seen a bundle like that yet. Hmm.
Okay, well then, like I said, I could be completely wrong, and I'm probably completely wrong.
I mean, that or I just didn't find anything within my research. Which, I mean, that's completely possible.
But yeah, no, you can't. At least I don't. I don't want to put too much of the blame on the creators of the game.
Oh, absolutely
I
not. They've made things reasonable. It's just like the community that just makes things so, like,
loaded,
yeah.
and I don't really think. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, Magic is a pay to win game.
Yeah.
Like you need to buy the best cards for your deck in order to be anywhere near like good. But you know, it's very different. And like Ace in the chat was saying, uh like standard decks, you need to switch up the deck every like six,
Ish.
5 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And cards that were really good in the previous like 6 months, and those are the cards that you've bought for those 6 months,
Aren't going to
could
be.
not
Yeah.
like it's probably that deck's probably not going to be good anymore in the next 6 months. So you need to buy all new cards and like just create a whole new deck and learn that deck. And so keep slipping in my chair.
No, you're fine. Well, one day, I want to, like, I might do, like, a little OCDA project or something and just, like, take on the project of, like, actually making a full Warhammer, like the table, like, getting the sets, doing it, and, like, actually playing a game.
Yeah, I'd do that.
And then the same with like Magic, like actually buying these ridiculous amounts of cards and like totaling up everything and regretting everything at the end.
Just regretting the entire decision that we had to do that. Yeah, that would be great. I would love doing that.
Yeah, so we'll get there eventually. We'll see what goes on.
I mean, you might regret the decision. I definitely won't.
uh we'll see how things go, but we'll see what happens in the future. It still comes down to whether I get into Warhammer or not, which I more than likely will not. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll keep you posted on that. And the way you can find out is by following our social medias down below. The OCDA ones, obviously, so you can get updates on all of the OCDA related things. And then, along with King's and my own, we don't necessarily post too often, if I'm being completely honest with you all. But we're getting there, okay? We're trying. But no, yeah. So if you would like, go ahead and follow us on all of our social medias to stay updated, along with YouTube, where you can go ahead and find these podcasts. All previous episodes and all episodes that are to come. The previous 2 weeks podcast, which was the we talked about Xbox versus PlayStation, new consoles, and then we talked about esports and streaming services last week. Excuse me, last week. So the Xbox versus PlayStation one came out on Saturday, so it's up if you all want to go in and watch it, along with the esports and streaming one, which will go live today when this is live on Tuesday at 5 p.m. MST. And this episode will go ahead and go live on YouTube on Thursday, 6 p.m. MST. And from here on forth, all of the podcast will be uploaded that week's Thursday at 6 p.m. And I'll go ahead and say that at the end of the episode as per usual. And then finally, one thing that I would like to say is everyone here at OCDA is currently excited about something that we're currently working on, and it's amazing because content is going to be flowing a lot smoothly. And again, Legend Gamer sponsoring today's Life Strats podcast. So please go ahead and follow them, follow me, um, to just like get notified
Please,
on
just
things.
follow me.
Yeah, I mean, it's just self promo. Um, we post almost daily. There are days that like we need to get content and we just sort of just leave it blank. But for the most part, it's daily content. It's funny things that you could possibly enjoy. So go ahead and check us out, and stay
Relatable.
tuned. Stay tuned for some good esports stuff, huh?
Hey, yeah. That's totally why I'm building a better computer. Totally.
Yeah, sure. So
No, that's not the reason why I'm doing it.
So, thank you all so much for tuning in today. King, any last words?
If you main Hera, fuck you. That's all
I'm
I gotta say.
Dark8a. This was the Life Shred podcast. Thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you all on Tuesday.